Now, while I use the word scam, it's both more a scam and exploitation of labor of minors and artists that are adults that live in Indonesia or other similar countries. So I want to talk about how this scam operates. This is the most important part. It starts with a normal character raffle, like the one you see here on screen, as this account is likely one of the ones that is doing the scam. Here is the message that they give you once you've won or lost. It doesn't matter which one. And if you win, they're likely to not actually give you a reply. But if you lose, they will reply to you and they will kind of harass you to get you to go over to one of their commission services at a discount. And they'll be offering this to you as a gift. Now, if you see these, avoid them immediately because the rabbit hole goes way, way deeper than that. And Vgen is doing absolutely nothing to get rid of this problem. Now, if you do take their offer, and someone in my audience has probably taken their offer or known someone that's taken their offer, they will get someone who is underaged or an adult that is overworked and underpaid to do the labor. As an example, there are minors who are doing not safe for work commissions, and the owners of this company, or well, companies, and the faces of these accounts get most of the money, and the artists are getting close to 5% or less of the commission price. Think of this kind of like as an MLM, and those prices are very low already. On top of that, it's men that run these accounts, okay? And I'm not saying that in any way to be rude or nasty, but it's men that run these accounts pretending to be soft, feminine women. That is part of the emotional manipulation, because when people see women, especially artist women who are very soft and feminine, they deem those people as safe. That is just an automatic thing. Now, if you happen to commission a model, like a VTuber model from these people, they are more likely, often than not, going to be sold on Asian markets, Facebook, etc. And thus, your model never really truly belongs to you, because they're going to be getting all the extra money from you and then reselling the model and giving the true artist who did all of the rigging and all of the coloring, all of the painting, probably less than 25% of what it costs. I can imagine an artist getting maybe $20 for a full week's full worth of work. Now, one of their main top commission things that they give, and for raffles, is for seasonal your character here's in eye banners. So make sure you look out for that. But now that you guys have seen the client side, we're going to look deeper into these operations. So in Indonesia, these are what's called a black company. Now, a black company is a term that's known for an exploitative employer with sweatshop-like conditions characterized by extreme overtime, low pay, little job security, high stress, often in office settings. Now, the person who let me know about this was somebody over on Twitter. I was tagged, and someone named Zyno VTuber has yet to make her debut, made this call out post. She created this document, so unless y'all trying to get heat from me, don't go bother her no more. If you guys are thinking about bothering her, okay? I don't know who's in my comment section, but I know there's some AI bros and some assholes out there, so please don't. All right, so here is the structure of these black companies. I feel it's important to go through this so you guys understand what's really going on. So for these companies, the organization is divided into three main groups: owner, admin, and worker. This includes the sketcher, illustrator, and rigger artist. Most of these people who have information about this system are employees, also known as workers. According to them, the system operates under a very tight schedule, particularly affecting workers and lower level staff. The upper management and lack of clarity. The significant lack of clarity from upper management, especially from individuals who do not understand illustration, rigging, design work. Upper management primarily understands what hard selling is. They have a lack of understanding of the artistic processes, technical limitation, realistic production timelines. Many accounts are managed by mentors and admins. Now, these are the people that are facing with Twitter or Vgen or whomever. The person that you're talking to is likely one of these mentors or admins. Like it says right here, within the system, the mentor is the owner of the account, the public face, a representative acting on behalf of the owner. The mentor is not necessarily a teacher or a technical expert. They're just a middleman, and that is glorified what this is. This is a middleman issue where the artist is giving sketches and such to the middleman, but the owner gets the money. And then it trickles down to where the artist basically gets nothing. Now here's the flow of instructions. It goes upper management, issues instructions. Instructions are delivered first to the mentor. Mentors pass instructions down to admins and workers. So the promotion structure goes worker, admin, owner. Rapid expansion in experienced admins and manipulative account management. Over the past several years, the company opened many new accounts. People were recruited with promises of high salaries. That includes people who are in high school. As an example, you will see ads like this over on Instagram for them, right? It'll be like looking for new team members. Here's what we're hiring for: anime illustrator, marketplace admin, human source restaff. And it says basically, this is what you're going to be doing basically. There's so many ads that look exactly like this. I've seen at least 5 different ones. Now this ends up with a large number of new admins. However, the admins have no experience and they do not understand illustration, rigging, or creative production. They are training solely focuses on talking to people, sales, and customer service responses, because they're interacting with the clients that they're getting over on Vgen or Twitter or wherever they're getting all of this training so that they know how to communicate with another person. But the thing is because these are men, they're given these like ChatGPT responses that are supposed to be very cute. I'm sure you guys have seen it with a lot of emojis, and they frequently are like honey, sweetie. They talk in a way that girls would never talk to, like people they don't know, you know what I mean? And because that's their focus, admins are not trained to understand how the workload that artists have to perform and the time and dedication it takes to make some art pieces. Now, admins are paid and instructed to pretend to be friends with artists and clients, build emotional trust to increase compliance and productivity. So they're always supposed to be friendly and open and honest, like they're your pals. They don't actually give a shit about you. They just want your money. Now, the thing is many of these accounts are pretending to be female. All of these accounts are often operated by men. Responses are usually used with ChatGPT or similar stuff. They deliberately try to be cute and friendly and comforting to manipulate your trust. Because admins are in direct contact with the victims, they get to collect the sketches, request step-by-step work in progress, obtain files and timestamps, control the entire communication workflow. And this gives them this direct access, allows them to easily claim ownership over these works, pressure workers, and manipulate narratives when disputes occur. Now I'm going to show you guys somebody right now. I have a Google Doc here that I'm going to go over in another video, but it entails the unpaid labor and credit for this person. So I guess be on the lookout for that. But there are tons of examples of this. This is just one of them. It's 13 pages long. I'll dedicate a video to this one particularly. Here's an example right here. I worked in a similar project with these people. I got paid $3 for one full body character I should draw in a single day deadline. I stopped working after I saw a secret spreadsheet we don't even know in a server computer. They made 3 billion IDR a month. Me, 1.5 million IDR. You know what? I don't even know how much that is. Okay, I went and I transferred it over. They make 178,000 USD per month, and she was making $89 a month. That is exploiting these workers. These artists. So anyway, now they can manipulate the narratives when disputes occur because they do have all the information. The worker workload and complaints. As a result of this system, many workers raise complaints. Workers are commonly required to handle 1 to 3 projects per day, complete one VTuber rigging project. These workloads are frequently paired with unrealistic deadlines, threats if targets are not met, and the use of personal data and account control. Workers are required to use personal data to operate company accounts. They must meet strict performance requirements within very short timelines. And if they fail, they can be terminated and their accounts can be taken over. That means that their own accounts they use will be given to the company as assets. And here's another example. All accounts it sees include PayPal accounts and linked local bank accounts. If the personal accounts are no longer usable, the workers may be instructed to use family members or relatives' personal data. And for underage workers, the procedures are super unclear. It is reported that underage individuals are lent accounts to manage. So this is where it gets a little bit even more weird to me. Workers report systematic intimidation, which is threat of doxing and gaslighting. Workers are told the abuse is normal. Concerns are dismissed as incompetence or attitude problems. Direct and indirect threats are termination, account seizure, and reputation destruction. Workers are told or led to believe that the company has connections to the Indonesian state institutions. And as a result, artists fear reporting abuse. Most artists have no financial resources. They cannot afford a legal defense. They feel unable to protect themselves from corrupt or biased legal proceedings. And this creates culture of fear, silence, and for compliance. Now, as you guys know, I am for workers' rights. So you guys are going to have to trust me that when I've talked to some people, I've gotten information that has come not completely anonymous to me, but it has come to me in a way where I cannot give it to you. I will have to explain it to you. So I hope that I have given you guys enough videos and enough proof through my own investigations that you guys will trust me that I'm not lying to you. Because if this is kind of like some North Korea bullshit where, they're going to get abused, they're going to get trampled on, they're going to get exposed, doxxed, whatever. For what? Because they wanted to talk up against these companies. And there's a lot of them, dude. There's so many of them. Let me show you guys. Let me show you how many there are. But before I show you guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about what these are. These are people that are declaring their studios, like art studios. And like I've said already before, they put out a flyer, hire some artists. So these are like the front facing, right? So, and I saw another Indonesian artist said that unless they are declaring their artists in their bios or on their account, it's probably one of these sweatshop black companies. Now I'm going to take down my model so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And here we go. This is all of the companies, studios. It even has their Vgen accounts here that you guys can see. There are so many. It just goes on forever. It's 128 here. And some of these accounts have already been suspended or no longer working. It's people having to keep up with these accounts. And don't worry, I will link them in the description so you guys can see them for yourselves. I'm not going to hide them or anything from you. I am not above showing you everything that I have, guys. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the restrictions on workers. Workers face very strict controls. Some are forbidden from taking any private commissions. Continuing educations, including university, is mocked. Management states education is unimportant. Workers are treated as easily replaceable, subordinate to management authority. Many operations are based in Semarang because wages are significantly lower than Jakarta and Bandung. I don't even know if I'm Bandung. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry. The company has expanded to nearby cities using the same wage reduction strategy. There is an age gap also between the management and the workers. There is a clear age imbalance. Owners being in their 40s or older, and artists and workers are mostly early 20s or teenagers. I'll keep that in mind because I'm going to show you guys some stuff in a minute. Education, there is 1 year of schooling, 2 years of project-based learning, and the main project involved is growing an account under JRUHUB. There have been serious concerns involving minors because some victims have been reported as young as 14, interns as young as 16, work full-time hours and were paid $20 for the whole week, by the way. Additionally, many minors were forced or pressured to produce not safe for work artwork. Refusal often results in threats, punishment, account takeover, or termination. And these minors had no legal protection, no ability to safely refuse, and were dependent on the system. Here's one of the screenshots here, and it says, quick question, approximately how many people, minors, mentioned that they had to deal with not safe for work comms? And it says over 5. The others are adults, confirming they get high schoolers, etc., to work for them nearly for free and brainwash them. They are in contact with the government. So also to art school, they poach kids. So now we're to revenue distribution and wage disparity. There's an extreme imbalance between company revenue and artist compensation. As you guys saw before, one branch reportedly earned 10,000 USD in a single month, artists only receiving around $100. Another branch reported earning 1.5 billion IRD, which is what I already told you was 178,000, and the artists only received $89 per month. So on top of that, they also misuse and resell client models, which I've already told you guys. So this is more likely when the original owner lacks legal backing. So they would do it to me, for example. They would do it to a smaller beginning VTuber, but they probably would not do it if it was someone bigger, like Ironmouse. But she's involved in this too. So just wait around. There's going to be more bullshit. So on top of that, these companies, every time they're called out, they prove legitimacy by posting screenshots. These screenshots are presented as evidence of real operators. However, victims have confirmed the screenshots show the actual workplace of the black company. The environment's tools and workflows match those used internally. Because admins are in direct contact with victims, they can easily obtain all of that stuff I just told you. So they're there to really do fire control. Now, as I said before, so much of this happens on Vgen. So much of it. Look at this right here. All of these have Vgen accounts, or Fiverr accounts, or Etsy accounts, but most of these are their Vgen accounts. And do you know how I'll link this too, don't worry. And do you know what they do? So they'll get one person, and one person will, I don't need this up for that. One person will get a Vgen account. They will get that account verified through abusing younger artists or poor artists or whatever. And once they're verified and they get Vgen codes, they'll give those Vgen codes to other companies and other people who are the faces of the company. So it just keeps on perpetuating. And now this is a huge problem on Vgen, huge. Because you guys got to see what this stuff looks like on Vgen, because Vgen is just as bad, because they're just giving this away like this. And to be honest, some of this is AI generated. It's AI generated and traced, and this is encouraged. Now, if you guys can see here, these are multiple. This is a page of stuff on Vgen. Look at this. These blue ones, this one, this one, this one, these, and this one, and that one. They're all by the same company. Look at them. You can just kind of tell. You guys see anything that looks similar? Because they're all having basically almost the same art style. I'm not saying these down here. I'm just saying these blue dotted ones. And I wanted to show you proof that they do get harassed. Here is the original message here in, I don't know what language is this. I think it's Indonesian. And here is the translated version. Hey, you motherfucker. Come here and deal with me personally. Don't ruin other people's livelihoods, you pig. Here's my Instagram. I'm waiting for your DM. If you don't send one, then you're a coward, you motherfucker. This is what happens if you are open about what happens. And here's another one so you guys can see how they talk. And here's another right here where someone had spoken to one of these artists, the mentor, admin, whatever, that's in front of the account. And it says here, thank you so much, Tara, for joining my art raffle. Hi. Oh my God, you're so sweet. I didn't realize you expected to join. He goes, figured I'd give it a shot since your art is very cute. I like entering raffles for talented artists since even if I don't win, I helped get the word out. Oh my God, thank you. It's really true. Hi. You're so kind. Oh, by the way, I saw your character earlier. Oh my God, is that yours? They're so cool and super cute. Hi. So they ghosted the person for so long that they forgot that they messaged them. Oh, by the way, sorry you couldn't win my raffle this time. But as a little thank you for joining my art raffle, I have a small gift for you. Hee hee, what do you think? Like, what? What do you mean? Now, I also wanted to talk about this document. And this document here is a summary of Indonesian studios that exploit artists and sell their art on other platforms without their consent. Spoiler, even if they sell it at a way higher price than the original artist's price. It says here it all comes from this post that was posted on Artist Base. It's a Menfest account of Indonesian artists, which artists can anonymously share information, ask questions, and promote themselves to warn fellow artists. It says artists, studios which exploit artists started to spread their wings and are targeting international customers. I, the sender of this Menfest, also found out that they are even open to commissions through Vgen. And this is where artists started to speak up. One of the ex-co-workers of the studio even began speaking up and compiling many, oh my God, one of the ex-workers of the studio is even speaking up and compiling many of the artists that want to speak up anonymously. Reminder for artists, if you ever see a job offer as an illustrator on Instagram, which the office is in Semarang, a city in central Java, please run. I've been one of the exploited artists there. Here is a summary of some of the victims. I'm just going to read them for you guys, but I will link the document below. They exploit their employees, freelancer, and even students that internship at studios, which they are meant as underage. The illustrators are only a machine that must finish the art in only 3 to 5 days of work with unlimited revisions, and their salary is $60 to $90 a month without reduction, which I don't know what the reduction part means. The salary itself is only half of the regional's minimum salary, which actually is considered a law violation. Due to the heavy workloads and low salary, they often work overtime and even said that they must trace and use AI, which is normalized by the studio itself, as long as they can produce as many arts as they can. How about the internship salary? Internship salary is approximately $18 a month. They are mostly students and are treated like full-time employees. Freelancers get treated way worse. They will be terrorized if not answering between 10 minutes, and their payment will be reduced if late to finish and send the file to the studio, which the deadline itself is only 3 to 5 days for a full rendered work. Not only illustrations, but admins are also exploited. They work almost 24 hours also for 7 days a week. Why? They must respond to clients on their platforms, social medias, Etsy's, Fiverr, or even Vgen. They actually finish the work and come home at 5 p.m., but they still must reply to clients. There's no holidays, even on national holidays or sick leave. They must work from home if they are sick. The underage children that work there are around 14 to 17 years old. Someone actually tried to spill tea but got threatened and got mass reported, making their account get shadow banned. Their phone number is shared to a prostitution chat room, which makes them get messages from people wanting to use or buy them. They even get threatened by the owner of the studio itself, making the artist give up speaking up. They use MLM scheme, brainwashing, saying that they are the best, and also brainwash underage students by saying going to college is unimportant and it's better working for them. They must be able to juggle between 5 to 6 projects at a time. Some not only use mental abuse, but also physical abuse. The artists that are under this studio can't add the art pieces that they made to the portfolio because the art that is finished will be ripped off from the artist, and the studio will use it in their portfolio. They also buy from artists normally, and which actually make the artist itself not having a single clue about the fact that they're the one buying is a studio, but later found out that their art is used in the studio portfolio without consent. Some get paid for an NDA, but the studio is not saying or letting artists know that they will use the art as their studio portfolio. The earliest recorded case of this is from 2023. Until the second you read this, they are still buying from artists cheaply. Even some are paid after the art is finished, which the price is determined by the studio. Not following the artist's price list, they will pay the artist by their own judgment by how much they think the artist deserves. They are still active on their social and e-commerce. One of the artists is helping the victims that found out that their art was being used without consent in studio portfolios. One studio having many accounts disguised as a personal account. Hi, I am Kamochi. I want to help the victims of Vgen brokers, which found that their art is on Vgen and wanted to spill the Vgen brokers' accounts. I still found a few, but I will update if I find more. Now there is a link to the Vgen brokers. Oh, but that is gone. I think I had the list. I think it's important to put this right here. Update on the 21st of March, 2025. The accounts that were speaking up, Kamochi Aro, can't be accessed on any of their social medias due to being attacked by the studio's buzzer itself. Now I'm going to post this as proof so you guys can see it. I mean, it'll be linked below, but you guys will see it. Broker Vgen accounts with proof. 1. Mikana or Kuachi. Oh, these Japanese names sometimes just make me... I'm so terrible at pronouncing them. And it says right here, left is their current bio, and right is before this case blowing up. So here is what here's what they go, and then here is what they have now. And it said they had an emote pack. Here is proof that these two are sharing, but the name at the bottom is different. So these are two different accounts basically. And it says emotes for Kick Butt Man. These were uploaded on at Mikana and Kuachi Vgen as portfolio, but again, now deleted because they wanted to erase their tracks because they just uploaded it with the same name at the bottom. And even here over on Pinterest, it says it has emotes for, I can't even read that. It looks like it says Tech Kitsune VTuber. They don't only upload over on Vgen, but Pinterest and Instagram. You can see right here. Oh shit. So this is the original artist, okay? It says Kawachi was the original artist who did this. So as you can see, this is available and it was used as a portfolio on Mikana's Vgen, but due to the massive backlash, they changed the account name and deleted it. Only one art left, which the artist is still unknown until now. It says these are proof from the original artist before Kawachi changed the Vgen account name to Mikano and deleted the portfolios. If not enough, the original artist is providing the PSD files, also the chat of order through WhatsApp to us as well. So this is the cat here, and this is the angry face. And it says right here, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if can I zoom in at all? I don't know how to zoom in. Oh, there it is, the buttons. Okay, so it shows here that this person's done, and they're basically talking back and forth that it's finished. These are the chat proofs from the artist that Mikano and Kuachi indeed bought the commission from the original artist through WhatsApp. And here's the second account with proof, Kana, and it says many of these studios bought private fee, which includes NDA that the artist can't post the commission result on their social media or insert it into their own portfolio. This actually sounds fine until the artists found out that the brokers are selling their art on Vgen with way higher prices than the original artist offer. The original artist provided us with chat proof of commission progress that it was bought via WhatsApp along with the original file. And right here it says, it goes back and forth where they're just basically talking. It says usually for commercial the price may be double, but if that's too much for you, you're welcome to negotiate a percentage, the amount of the price increase. But for the headshot, it is an exception. It stays ×2 the price. How about that? What about the one where the credit for the art is bought? For that, I am unable to give you an approximate yet, usually very high compared to the commercial use, but for this time it's ×2. Will that be okay? The price won't be an issue. That means this will be used an NDA. May I see the NDA first? Okay, here it is. But I have to inform you, I can only make 2 sketches per day. This will be put in a queue with your coworker, and I will do my best to prioritize them first because my intentions are to help them. Sometimes I also prioritize my main work. So there is a possibility that I will only open 1 per day. Alternatively, if you would like to skip the queue, I can do that, but it will be plus 50K. I don't think that's 50K probably in their money. I'm all right with this. Okay, it's all good with me. Everything's fine with me. That means I'll just send the brief directly. This is how they approach artists the first time. They will ask for a commercial fee, offer the NDA. They will add the first commission as their portfolio on Vgen, and when they got the order from Vgen, that they bought the commission again from that artist. Please note Please note on Vgen, they are using USD, which is almost 3 to 5 times higher than the Indonesian local price, which the broker gets a lot of profit from every order. Here is the non-disclosure agreement. This document is prepared for approval of both parties and includes the following terms: demonetized commissions to UPS to provide sketches services based on demonized concept with full copyright ownership belonging to demonized. UPS agrees to not share character concepts, artwork, or any material related to demonized concept on social media and may not use it as part of their portfolio. The agreed upon work deadline must be adhered to. The commission will include source files as discussed and agreed upon pricing. UPS may not claim credit for the artwork for personal or professional gain. The agreement signed by both parties on January 22, 2025 signifies mutual consent to the terms, ensuring no disputes arise after the order is completed. And it says this is the NDA that the artist must sign, and it shows the 2 signatures here. And then it shows them talking. There's a base sketch, pose reference as soon as you can. Yes, and they show the base sketch. And he goes, so how is it? Okay, tossed over by my admin. All right, here's the progress for today. Oh, hold on a second. By the way, these 2 are finished. I didn't get a chance to get a screenshot. I will send them. And then they show this live 2D model art. And it says here, orders from the broker's Vgen account that use the artist's art style is coming, so they bought the commission again from that artist. Here the artist still don't know until the case blew up. The same artist already do 12 commissions from them. Here's the character, here's the pose. So is this a half body? Will it bust up? I'd like to toss you a sketch job. Would that be possible? No wonder these guys draw fast as fuck. They ain't even got time to even think. They're just drawing. Great, make sure the curse mark is seen all right, just on the right side. Okay, 1 second, like this. Here's another one. They buy commissions from artists that don't have Vgen, sell their art commissions on Vgen with marked up prices until 10 times of the original artist's price. The one circled is drawn by one artist that doesn't even have a Vgen. The broker bought the commission from the original artist through WhatsApp, and they provided us with chat proof. Here's this one, and this one down here, this one, this one, this one. And you could see where this and this are the same. This is a completely different art style. So is So now, where does Ironmouse fit into all this? Well, she had a banner of one of the guys on there. So I'll show you guys a picture of the banner. Here is the banner. Ironmouse had this on her background for a minute, and she's one of the biggest VTubers. Everyone knows her. And what these guys do is they will do art. Well, they're not doing it. They'll slave labor art of these eyes or some kind of fan art for big VTubers, and then they'll tag them and they'll get attention, right? So what happened with this is basically this guy is one of those scammers. He has dozens of artists working underneath him. It's this guy, Auralist. He has all of the hallmark that you guys see there. He likes to draw Ironmouse a lot, so he can obviously get attention from her or some other person. So of course he's offering one of these mouth things. I bet let's go look at his Vgen. Let's go take a galligander at it. So he's offering a 3D VTuber model for $180. This shit looks like it's fucking PS2 era shit. Looks like Waka from Final Fantasy X. And then of course he's going to show off his Ironmouse one because people already seen it. It's $54. But at the same time, we know that the person who's paying for this is not, well, we know that the artist is not getting the money. So let's see, for this $180, I wonder how much the artist is making. Probably $9. And they worked all day on it too. So, and that's for raking or whatever. They're making fucking fiddlesticks. Anyway, so what happened with Ironmouse was once people found out about this scam, a bunch of people went to Ironmouse's mods and told them about the scam, and it took basically a day for Ironmouse to take it down, but she didn't apologize or anything about it. And I think if she just didn't want to get involved in the drama, or she didn't, but she has a huge platform. So if anyone should be exposing scams that are taking advantage of artists, it should be her. I mean, even if she doesn't apologize for doing that, which I feel like she didn't even know, so maybe she doesn't have to apologize, but she definitely should spread awareness. Definitely just spread awareness. So I know the part with, you know, Ironmouse is very small, but it's, I mean, she's like a big business. So, I mean, I guess she doesn't want to expose it, but I'm willing to expose it. I'm going to work all night until I have this done. And I know the question that you probably have now is, what has Vgen said about this? Because as you saw, they have allowed over 50 accounts, if not more, to spread like a fucking virus, where they're not only selling traced AI images, they're selling other people's work and literally going against their TOS. So I have a screenshot here from what somebody found, or someone's reply, and it says, "Thanks for clarifying those details. I want to let you know that we're currently looking into these accounts quite closely because we've seen a spike in reports tied to this over the last few days. We're doing a deep dive to verify everything that's been brought to our attention. A thorough review like this requires a significant amount of time and effort to get it right, especially since we're still at the stage of verifying these claims, and unrelated accounts have fallen victim to these accusations. We have already dedicated more of our team to this investigation to make sure it's handled properly. While I can't share specific details or updates on the progress due to the privacy reasons, please know that we are taking this seriously and are working through it as quickly as we can. We appreciate you bearing with us while we get to the bottom of it. As for the commissions, unfortunately, the purchases are not covered by our buyer protection. And as such, any refunds will need to be issued at the artist's discretion, so we recommend contacting them for an arrangement. However, if the project is considered to be misleading and not original, then the artist will need to compensate for this, or their account may face administrative action. We do wish to iterate that we are currently investigating this situation in full and are reviewing information as it comes in. Unfortunately, we have seen the commissions that you have requested in particular, and we are unable to assist you with a refund request at this time. With respect to our refund policy, apologies for the inconvenience, all the best." And here's the rest of it. "We understand that you're concerned regarding this, and we want to assure you that we are putting our focus on this investigation. Unfortunately, however, chargebacks are against our TOS, and administrative actions may be taken on your account if one is filed. As such, we strongly recommend contacting the artist to work out an arrangement first. Please also note that if the results of our investigation reveals that the artist's account is wrong, we will attempt to have them work out arrangements for a refund too. We understand the scope of the situation, and we appreciate your patience as we look into this. All the best, Sam from Vgen." And if you guys appreciate all of the hard work that I've done to try to tell you guys about this, please subscribe to my channel. And if you guys like my artwork, subscribe to my Vgen too. It's $1 and a $5 tier. Anyway, I did also want to mention, because there's just so much information about this thing that it's just really hard for me to get it all through, because I was the only person who wanted to go and sort through it all. It's like literally all in Discord. But one of the things that you guys need to know, that if someone is begging for art moots, please go through this list, okay? If they do raffles, if they do an eye banner, if they have an inconsistent art style, if they have a Vgen, if they nag you and act super weirdly feminine but not real, if the price seems too good to be true, okay? There is, that is a lengthy list. I really looked through their artwork because it could just be traced AI. A lot of these accounts sell a lot of the same stuff. I'll show you guys an example. Here is one account, even though I think this account, it sucks because it's like, I would probably buy from someone with this art style because I think this is really cute. But at the same time, because I know what's behind it, I don't want to. So, they got this one's got a boob banner, free nail art. They do the basics, something seasonal, something popular, a VTuber model for $180. Here's another account, Valentine's, Chinese New Year, character sheet, profile, eye banner. The eye banner is very, very popular. It sucks because I want one so bad. I would love a fucking eye banner. I would love an eye banner. It doesn't have to, I don't even want it animated. I would just love an eye banner. But now that I go on the site and I'm like, oh no, all the eye banners are probably scams. I know, listen, I know not all of them are scams. I'm just saying. Now I'm wary because I'm picky. So I wanted to show an example of one of the reviews done by one of these things that are, you know, basically abusing high schoolers. It said, this is a 1-star from this person. Listen, don't go bother any of these people, because the thing is this is like indirectly hurting the artist, okay? And the person doesn't know what's going on. The client doesn't know what's going on. So you can't blame them for getting upset, okay? They're just doing what they know, okay? Could hardly follow any of the details for the character reference. Had to ask for a lot of the same revisions, even though I mentioned it had to change. Gave my character a huge chest, meanwhile on the reference she has a muscular flat chest. I'm still finding mistakes even now after receiving the piece. Mistakes that could have been avoided if the reference image I sent of the character was followed. When I asked to talk to her idol, they told me I see. When I asked to see the talking version of her idol, they told me I never asked for another expression. Meanwhile, idol and talk is what I ordered. And this was stated also in their include section, 1/2 body character plus talk expression. The expression I asked for was to be cocky, as that's the character's personality. So they changed the talk to be a cocky expression. Meanwhile, that's not what I asked for. Talking is not an expression, it is an action that the character does. They tried to say I had to pay an extra for an extra expression, which have been $35 for an additional expression, which was a discount for me, as originally it was $40. This is a complete ripoff, as on their info sheet it said any additional expressions is $20 plus. Eventually I did get it included, but the anatomy looks off. The upper lip is almost touching the nose. I also have a feeling there is a huge language barrier. Honestly, it's not worth the money I spent on this, as I still can't use it due to the mistakes. Overall, I do not recommend their PNG tuber services. So now that we're near the end of the video, what do we do to protect these artists that are being abused behind the scenes? Well, in my opinion, it would be actually calling out all of these VGen brokers. VGen has to fucking deal with these things. It is VGen's fault for allowing these accounts to fucking flourish on their platform, because they're verified and they just keep multiplying like a fucking hydra. It's so annoying and wrong. And if you guys see these patterns that you guys seen through this video, I don't know if you guys are watching or drawing while listening. If you guys see these patterns and you guys interact with this stuff, do not accidentally commission these people. Now, I commissioned someone over the summer who was Indonesian, and thankfully their account has been their account for a very long time. And I am hoping, well, they don't do a lot of commissions, so I'm hoping that this person is not being taken advantage of, because that would disappoint me greatly. And I because I can't reach to the person directly, it would just really hurt me. But I would say, I'm not saying that you guys can't even, I'm not saying don't give commissions to Indonesian artists or, you know, third world artists. But at the same time, you know, there's a pattern of this behavior. And if you see this pattern, call it out. Because do you remember when I said JRUHUB? Do you guys remember that? It's this guy. This company. This shit. These people. It's like an MLM taking advantage of artists, just going down the rabbit hole with these fucking assholes. Because this is so big, this is like a mafia, like a syndicate of people that are threatening people who have no money, who are uneducated, and have no way out. And while I can't show you my sources, JRU and all of the companies that are splintered off, they have gotten word that Twitter and their VGens are no longer safe. They be changing up their names like fucking crazy. And they're going to try to expand over to Instagram and TikTok and wherever, other social medias. They said that they plan to keep the focus on their mentoring team and tidying up the workflow process. They have to deal with facing negative issues on Twitter or social media, and they have a responsibility to deal with it. That's according to them. So they do plan on still scamming as long as they can. And these studios are almost like brainwashy to the point that it's almost like a cult, a little bit like an art cult. Oh God, that sounds terrible when you say it out loud. You know what? I went over to their Instagram. I kind of want to show some of these translated comments because I feel it's important. I know you can't see it, but I'll read it for you. If you really want to be fully responsible, how about this issue brought to justice? You know what? For people who enter RSJ, there must be an act of abuse. Moreover, your exploitation, which is based on the value of detention. I speak this as a person who suffers mental illness because traumatic event for more than 10 years. And until now, I am still struggling with the trauma that made me sick. Once a person gets mental illness, especially until he enters the hospital, the illness will last his whole life because there is no medicine that can completely cure a mental illness so far. Just alleviate the symptoms. The words "just come sis, we'll give you medicine later" from the buzzer, you guys really extinguish the mental issues. It's useless if you talk diplomatically on the surface, but in reality, you use buzzer 2 to drown the comments and critics and divert the issues by opening Vgen class and remove the evidence of the victim's confessions. Moreover, you have not answered all claims from the public. What about the issue of employing underage children? That is an act that violates human rights and must be prosecuted by the law. I don't know what LOH children, who should be focusing on studying instead of suppressed by your energy, mind, and heart. Maybe it's time to close this comment because what's the use if it will be hidden by Instagram? That's all. Thank you. Like, look at this one. How do verbal abuse on interns? The tweeted info is not valid if you are harassing the interns the same as spreading other people's WhatsApp number. How is that? Answer first. The info is valid. Ready to thank you. You have been reminded. After this, we will open direct discussion in some cities. If you really feel like being a victim, please, we are ready to be responsible. You know what? I'm going to translate this. All right. I went and I got it not recorded. I went and I got it translated. So I'm going to read this over from what I got. Bear with me. It's a translation. This is the official statement from JRUHUB. We do not frequently respond to issues circulating widely on social media. This is not because we are indifferent or choosing to remain silent, but because we prioritize gathering, analyzing, and verifying data and information with relevant parties. At this time, we possessed sufficient and factual data that will only be published if required to support a formal and legal process. Not working, but learning. We have confirmed that within the JRUHUB ecosystem, there are homeschooled teenagers 13 to 17 who are legally and registered under PKB. I don't know what that. Oh God, Piwulang Basic, one of the educational entities within the JRU ecosystem. These students are learning character development and professional competencies through project-based learning in the accordance with Merdeka curriculum and a vocational-based educational framework. From the beginning, parents have been consciously involved and have provided consent and actively accompany their child throughout the learning process. Parents are also given reports on their children's educational process, dialogue, and institutional clarification. We sincerely thank everyone who attended and took the time to participate in the dialogue forum we held yesterday, Monday, March 24th, 2025. We deeply appreciate the openness and clarity of all the participants who provided feedback. We also extend our appreciation to representatives from the Provincial Department of Manpower of Central Java, who were present and directly clarified their circulating issues with us. Our reflection and commitment. Our 19-year journey is mentoring within the creative industry has provided us with valuable experience. The rapid advancement of information and technology and the dynamics of social media require all of us to continuously adapt in a comprehensive and detailed manner. Once again, as a small business community operating in the creative field, we thank everyone for their attention. Organizational improvements. JRUHUB is a small business community focused on creative work and mentorship. As organizers, we are committed to conscious self-improvement, managing more than 170 design studios, illustrators, software houses, and over 1,200 creators presents challenges that we must address promptly. Moving forward, Our responsibilities will include to ensure clear and detailed career pathway information within JRUHUB from the recruitment stage onwards. Ensuring formal work contracts are signed from outset talents, artists, employees and interns from universities and vacation schools. Payment and communication accountability. If there is any work that has not been paid, we ask it be reported via direct message or WhatsApp in our bio, including originating studio or job provider, proof of the work order, screenshots of WhatsApp conversations. We are improving how we communicate when we distribute work to artists outside the community. We will use specific digital records as part of the mutual agreements, also known as the NDAs. Mental health concerns. We remain committed to maintaining communication in a familiar and respectful manner. One serious concern we take very seriously is information regarding mental health impacts attributed to us. For any party claiming to have been hospitalized in a psychiatric facility, we ask that you contact us directly. We will take full responsibility to ensure this matter is resolved properly. What the fuck do you mean? Are you saying you're going to pay for it? Or are you saying that you're going to just somehow take away the fucking mental anguish that you caused a person? Fucking stupid. In closing, we understand and acknowledge that not all apologies we offer will fully address every circulating issue. However, we remain committed to staying open and fostering communications with external parties who have not yet understand the system we have built together as a community. Thank you. So somebody on one of these things said, one of my friends became a victim with the lure to 1, thrive, 2, productive scope, support, and positive vibes, 3, Gen Z work environment, all to avoid boomers, to make work environment fun. But the facts, 1, they add minor because minor must not know what kind of payroll system it is. 2, restricting admin to be close to the illustrator so that the illustrator does not know transparency about the project. 3, a positive and supportive environment. Admins had to stand by 24 hours. No salary transparency, pressure from each studio choir, even questioning private things that have nothing to do with work. Too much flexing, which does not match the statement. The salary is very liable promised. Many things will get like 2.5 million, except 2 million due to various reasons. Hopefully it can be followed because respect creative artists in Indonesia. Well, JRU has no shame whatsoever, and they are not sorry about their actions. They silence artists who talk out. I'm sure that they're going to try something, possibly with my account. Apparently, maybe somebody has done a video on this already in the past, or has done one video on something about this, but I wanted to do a full video surrounding the entire situation if it was possible. I tried to get as much information as I possibly could. If there's something missing, I am sorry. But what I'm going to ask you to do, I know that I don't ask you guys to do this very often, but please share this video. Please, please share it. Every person who is an artist, a client, a friend needs to see this, because if they're a person who loves to commission artists, they need to know that VGen is not a safe place and that they need to vet their artists better. It's not even about AI this time, even though AI is involved. You don't know if the artists that you're picking are going to end up exploited because the person you're talking to is running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the person drawing your commission is probably a 13 to 17-year-old high schooler or some young 20-something who hasn't even started their life yet. I wanted to thank you guys for listening to me, and I hope you subscribe to my channel because this is a big issue that I care about, and I am going to stay up so I can get this video out, so I can hopefully get it out to you guys. And I just really, really hope that maybe VGen will come through and start banning these accounts, because that is the only way that anything is going to happen. This is a huge issue, and I never want anyone to be taken advantage of. So subscribe if you want, go to my Patreon if you want, and if you guys have anything in the comments or any information, or if you're an artist who has more information and you want to come talk to me, I will listen to you. You can DM me or message me on my business email. If you don't feel comfortable with that, I have my Instagram. Whatever you feel comfortable with. If you want me to tell your story and you want me to give you a platform, I am your girl. So I'll see you guys, and please comment below. This video has to get out. Comment and share. I don't care what you guys comment with. Do a cat emoji if you don't know what to type. Or, you know what? No. Do the artist thingy. Do the artist brush. Because we're here to support artists, okay? We're not supporting all those motherfuckers that are just benefiting, okay? Artists for artists.